Hello, welcome back to the driver mod. Welcome back to another GT350 how-to, GT350 maintenance video. Today we're going to be showing you how to replace this on your GT350. Now some of you may not even know what this is. This is the fuel filter for the GT350. This is the Motorcraft fuel filter. The GT350 is one of the few vehicles in today's age that actually has a serviceable fuel filter. Now the maintenance interval on this fuel filter, they say 25 to 30,000 miles. We're at 23,000 miles right now. We got the car up in the air because we're doing the oil change on it. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do the fuel filter change as well. Now here's the part number for the fuel filter from Motorcraft. It is the FG1083. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can buy it off Amazon. Now with the high revving nature of the Voodoo engine, the high compression, adequate fuel delivery, especially at high RPM, is absolutely essential for these cars. So replacing the fuel filter is going to help make sure you have peak fuel pressure being delivered to the engine at all times. You don't want that thing to get a restriction in it to where you're starving the engine of fuel and leaning it out, definitely at high load and high RPM. So this is just another preventative maintenance item that we're going to take care of on the car today. All you're going to need is some basic hand tools, a drain and drain pan, a fuel filter, and some gloves. So we're going to get started here just in a moment. Before we do, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future uploads with the GT350 or anything else we do here on the channel. Definitely smash that like button for this video. Help get the video out in the algorithm to help other GT350 owners take care of their cars and help them save some money in the process. And then lastly, leave a comment down below. We definitely want to hear your feedback on the channel, on the videos, the content, what's been helpful, what's not helpful. I want to hear all of your thoughts. Let's get started. Now we've already got the vehicle on jack stands, but you're going to want to lift the vehicle up and you're going to be removing this plastic panel that's on the driver's side underneath the vehicle. The fuel filter is located right here, equal with where the X pipe and the mid pipes connect together. Gonna need some lighting. It's located right here. So you're gonna need some 10 millimeters. You got a couple Torx bits and then a couple push pins. So you'll need a trim removal tool, something like this. You need your Torx bits, and then 10 millimeter socket and ratchet. Let's get started. So this is facing the rear. You're gonna have a 10 millimeter over here, 10 millimeter over here. We're gonna do all the bolts first, and then do the push pins last. And then moving on to the driver's side portion of it. About halfway down, there's another one. Then there's one right next to where the fuel filter is. There's a T30 bolt. And then all the way up here by the front, by the K member, there's another T30 bolt. And then it looks like there should have been a cap right here, but seems to maybe it's vibrated and it's missing. So now we're just going to move on to the plastic push pins. Got one right here towards the back, about even with one of the posts for the couple of those 10 millimeter caps. And then we've got one about midway, right behind where the fuel filter is going to sit. Just pop those out. And then the whole panel pretty much is going to drop down. Last thing it looks like you'll have to do to fully release the panel if you want to is it's clipped into the fuel lines and evap lines that go and brake lines that go up to the front of the vehicle. You can leave that attached. Just push this whole panel kind of to the side. And as you can see, there is your fuel filter. Now before you disconnect this, you're going to make sure the key is out of the vehicle and that nobody opens the doors or triggers the car to prep to start, because it will prime this fuel system and it'll shoot fuel all over the place. Be prepared for fuel to come out at this point once you undo these connectors. So have your drain pan, have your gloves on, and eye protection. Now there's 2 red safety clips. You're simply gonna lift the clips, the legs, spread them, and you can pull the clip out. Set those to the side, don't lose them. Repeat that for both the inlet and outlet. So now the fuel filter lines are ready to be removed. In order to do that, you kind of push the filter and the line together, push down on the black clip, and then you can pull it back and it'll release the locking portion. So again, push together, push on the release mechanism, and then it'll release it from the filter. And as you can see, fuel will come out at a decent clip. After you release both lines, go ahead and release this 10mm bolt that mounts this bracket that holds the fuel filter. And that'll allow you to pull the fuel filter completely off. Now the fuel filter is held in here by a little band clamp, or the whole bracket acts like a band clamp really. So you're gonna release this bolt to release the pressure of the fuel filter to pull it out. Take your 8mm socket, release the bolt. You don't need to pull it out all the way. We're just releasing pressure and the clamping force on the filter to slide it out. Once you release that pressure, then you can go ahead and just slide the filter out. Just kind of twist it back and forth, and it'll come right out. As you'll see here, the lip on the filter prevents you from putting this in backwards. Obviously, you have your fuel flow from the back of the vehicle towards the front, so there's an arrow on the filter that'll help you identify which way the filter gets installed as well. So here's our new filter. You'll see the arrow, got it pointing towards the front of the vehicle. The bracket is mounted like so. So you're gonna insert it into the bracket in the opposite direction of the arrow. Fully seated to where it bottoms out with the backing portion. And then tighten down that 8mm bolt again. Then go ahead, attach the filter to the outlet portion that goes up towards the engine first, because that line is a lot more stiff and harder to fight around. After that, then you can go ahead and connect it to the inlet line from the tank, and then line up the bracket and the bolt hole. Start it by a couple threads, and then use your 10mm socket and tighten it down. Make sure the bracket is aligned with the alignment hole. Again, doesn't need to be super tight. Make sure both lines are seated. The clips only go in one way, so if it fights you, don't try to force it. All right. Give everything a nice tug, it shouldn't come off. Take a rag, wipe down any fuel residue as we're right near the exhaust. Now we're gonna go ahead and check the system for leaks. In order to do that, first thing we're gonna do is just power on the car, cycle the key a couple times. Make sure it builds pressure, primes the system, and we don't have any leaks down here. Sometimes pushing the clutch will help prime the system as well. Check for leaks. We don't have any. So now we're going to start the car. doesn't need to run for a long period of time to check for leaks. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now you're just gonna reassemble everything. All right guys, that's gonna conclude this video on the GT350 on how to replace your fuel filter. Again, like this video if you haven't already. If you found it helpful, comment down below. Definitely leave your feedback. Let other GT350s know how the video was. If you know somebody that could benefit from this video, definitely share it with them. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Don't miss a future upload. Everything that's been done to the car has been done by myself. No one else has ever touched this car. All the mods, all the maintenance, all the repairs. What repairs? All the mods, all the maintenance has been done by myself. So we definitely try and get out there and help the GT350 community, help out those owners, help them work on their own cars, use good parts, use good products, and save them all some money in the meantime. So take care everyone, drive safe, enjoy your GT350s, they're one of a kind. We'll see you on the next one here at the Driver Mod.